It is officially the best time of the year, and with the turn of the calendar comes the greatest thing next to pumpkin pie, and that is postseason baseball. I'm joined at the desk by our two MLB experts, Evan Piercy and Matt Holzapfel, as they break down what's going on this October. Timing is everything in the playoffs, so let's see who is the hottest team right now.
I'm going with the hottest team in baseball. It's been all year, the Houston Astros. They've hit the ball tremendously. They have a .282 team batting average, goes up to .290 with runners in scoring position. You can't argue with that. Lowest strikeout rate in MLB at 17.3% and 2.3 wins above replacement.
We're talking hottest though. We're talking last 10 games down the stretch into October. That's why I picked the Cubs. They were 7-3 in their last 10. They outscored their opponents
in the last week. Houston has been the hottest team, hitting over .280.
They outscored their opponents 44-19 in the last 8 games. If that's not hot, I don't know what it is. Couple that with the fact that they're in the top 10 in home runs, RBIs, on base percentage all year. If they can keep it up in October and keep this hot streak going, I don't see why they can't get back to the World Series.
The Cubs have surged lately, but they haven't been consistent enough. You look at their pitching staff, their team ERA for starters. Last year was 2.86. This year's is 4.15. They just aren't good enough. They might have had it last week, but I have to go with the consistency of being hot, which has been the Houston Astros. They've done it all year. Their lineup featuring Springer, Altuve, Correa, that's a lineup that no one wants to face.
It's also, important to note, back to the Cubs, in the last game they lost to the Reds 3-1, but they rested their starters. The starters played 4 or 5 innings, so they're well rested as well as being hot on fire, so they're ready for that first game.
Well, guys, these are some very impressive stats from both teams, but I want to know about the two teams that are going back from last year, the Cubs and the Indians. Who is the hottest out of those two?
I said Cleveland. I think that obviously we saw their 22-game win streak. We saw, they've had offense, on offense and in defense and pitching. They've been impressive. I think they're really ready. I see them getting back to the World Series, actually.
Wow.
And, maybe they won't win it.
They won't get back to the World Series. If the Yankees beat the Twins tonight, I feel like the Indians are really really going to struggle with the Yankees. The Yankees have a rotation that can compete. Severino is equally as good as Kluber. You've seen him throughout the year shut down the Red Sox. Going against Chris Sale,
I want to go back. You said Severino is as good as Kluber. Then why is Kluber in the Cy Young discussion? Severino's not so much. Kluber should win the AL Cy Young. I think he should run away with it, honestly. But couple that with the fact that
it's more of looking at it with more perspective. I mean, in big games, Severino has pitched to his opponent. Going back to the game against the Red Sox, against Sale, Severino shut out the Red Sox against Chris Sale, who's arguably the most dominant pitcher in the American League right now.
And not taking away from Severino.
He can do that against Kluber.
He's been impressive, but when you factor in that Kluber, Carrasco,
but Kluber makes
they all have 15 wins.
Go back to Game 7.
Are pitchers making the World Series? Is this what it's going to be, pitchers?
Yes, but go back to Game 7 last year. Kluber started Game 7, threw a hanging splitter to Fowler over the wall.
But lost the game.
Over the wall for a home run. You make that pitch to any of the hitters in the Yankees lineup, that ball's going to go
over.
You think he's going to make the same mistake twice?
He's going to make the same mistake twice.
We are going to the World Series. Guys, okay. You guys are so passionate about baseball, and this is why this is the most exciting time of the year. Who is winning the World Series, Matt?
Dodgers. It's easy. Kershaw should win that.
Kershaw can't pitch in the postseason.
He's still going to win the Cy Young. And the fact that he has taught all the younger pitchers around him, like Alex Wood, like Rich Hill, to step up and take his spot. On top of the hitting,
Kershaw can win all of the Cy Youngs in the world. I do not care. He is 4-7 with an ERA of 4.55 in the postseason, and I'm sorry, that is the number that stands out to me. That 4-7,
who's got a better
win.
Okay, offensive 7. Who's got a better lineup? You look at Seager, Turner. They got Granderson.
Houston has a better lineup. They're statistically the better team.
Who threw 209 strikeouts this year? They got halfway through the year. They made so many good deals on top of what they already had.
The Dodgers BABIP is 188. You know what Houston is? You know what? 282.
And
that's better. That's their batting average on balls in play. That's the amount that they hit.
Right now we're in the wild card. As we continue on, we are going to see where this World Series goes. I don't think the pitchers make the game. I think it's all in the hitting. So
it's gonna be a great
we
postseason.
Will see. Thank you guys so much. Grab your sweaters, everyone. It's time to go back on the ice. We've called in our NHL experts from hibernation to discuss the upcoming NHL season.